next guest's vision is to create a community of changemakers who are working to build a world without racism, where women are empowered, and where everyone enjoys peace, justice, freedom, and dignity.
The YWCA does this through many different programs and conferences. They just so happen to have their annual leadership conference coming up. And with more is Tiana Ronstadt, member of the YWCA Board of Directors. Tiana, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
And tell us about your upcoming conference and what the message is going to be there.
So this is our 26th annual leadership conference, which is pretty amazing. I've been involved since I moved here in 1995 as one of the workshop speakers. And this year, I would say two of our biggest draws are we have Pernell Spears Lopez. She is the past CEO and president of Ywca North America. And I've had the opportunity to hear her speak before. She's extremely down to earth, has really a wonderful presence, and so she's going to be amazing. And then we have Shaham Ram, who is a research PhD, and really, I have to be honest, I don't really get everything that she talks about, but she's going to talk about how our world has changed with the amount of data that we have, and how do we then, though, take that data and actually create change in our own lives.
Right.
So I'm intrigued because it sounds really out of what my scope is, but and then we have 22 workshops, and of those, folks are able to choose 3, and they really run the gamut from changing yourself personally as well as helping you within your work as well as collaborating with others.
Why is it so why is it so important to empower women?
So the statistics are really clear. 90% of us will handle our own finances. All of us live longer than our male counterparts. It's just a fact, actually 11.4 years. Well, it just means that you cause more trouble in your short time here.
No argument. No argument.
And so I think that it's not just, you know, when we look at, okay, how do we need to empower women personally, but then how do we need to empower them professionally, and then how do we need to empower them within the community? And I'm a big believer that the more knowledge that we can give someone, that they really at any time could draw on, then they're going to be stronger. And if we have stronger women, we have stronger families, we have stronger workplaces, we have a stronger community, which obviously builds a stronger nation.
Tiana, you're so passionate. How did you get involved with the YWCA? How did you come across this?
So when I first moved here, I have always had personal experiences that led me to do education specifically for women and money. And so because of those personal experiences, I went to the Y and said, hey, I'd love to be involved in your leadership conference. And that was in 1995. And I've been a workshop speaker ever since, Zach. All different types of talks, if you will.
That is wonderful. And I'm assuming this is open to the public.
It is open to the public. It is on September 23rd. It's pretty much all day, and it's $155. But we are running an early bird special prior to July 31st, so get in. You get a 15% discount. It's $130, and you can register right online using Early Bird 14.
And now I heard there's going to be a special award given at this year's conference. Do you want to tell us about that?
You heard, and the secret is out, so it's very exciting. This is our first year of our Changemaker Award, and we are thrilled to announce that our first recipient is Gabby Giffords. And so this will be an annual honor that we will be giving as the Changemaker honor for an individual that truly has shown compassion and creativity in leading to our mission statement.
And will she be there? I'm assuming she will.
I believe so, yes. That is the plan.
That is wonderful.
You really couldn't pick a better recipient, even before all the things she went through, than Gabby Giffords, especially in this community.
Agreed. Agreed. And so it's wonderful to have her as the first, don't you think?
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a great start.
I agree.
And let's talk about the YWCA as a whole, because this is just one conference of many programs and other conferences that you do hold.
That is true, and if anyone's been watching all day, which they should, right?
I agree.
Then they would know that we kind of piggyback in today's theme from the standpoint of Plato's Closet, and then we have My Sister's Closet, which helps women get clothing to start their new work, to start building that career, if you will, because a lot of times it's not just they're down on their luck, you know, for other things, but it's also that. And then obviously we have our workforce career and our Women in Money and Spanish career, or our paths, excuse me, and we offer a lot of things in our community center at the YWCA.
And we talk about this on the show so often. It's not just about handouts. It's about empowering and showing an education, and that seems like what you guys really focus on.
Absolutely. Just like that old saying of if you teach a fisherman to fish as opposed to just giving them a fish. Absolutely. And we have amazing statistics showing what we've done. And I've been involved in the board since 2011. And I would have to say that with Kelly Fryer's leadership and really the Changemaker as an organization in making then change not only just in our organization to become a community center for the city of Tucson has been pretty remarkable and amazing to be involved.
You know, the hardest part is always getting started and realizing that you need help. For people that are sitting that are like, oh, I could benefit so much, but it is, you know, embarrassing to admit I don't have these schools. What do you say to them?
So I really, and I'd have to say, I have to put on my professional hat for a moment. I run a company called Power Women Investing, which I started in 2006. And part of that is exactly what you're saying. And I think that, yes, there's some that say, you know, okay, I'm definitely down on my luck and that's it. And the why can definitely be the bridge. And then I find that there's this whole group that just doesn't want to admit it.
Right.
Does that make sense, Amanda? So I am a big spokesperson trying to get that group because this leadership day really could change their lives. And what it can do is that really money is just not fun to talk about.
Right.
And so what we try and say is how do we break down those barriers? How do we make sure that you can have an interdependent relationship with your partner and have a good conversation about money as well as all the other things, because unfortunately, truth be told, money helps in all these situations. And so if we can figure that out, whatever the emotions are, whatever the feelings are, whatever the fears are, those are what drive relationships to fail. It's not being able to communicate about money. So that's a big focus of the leadership conference and the workshops, if that's something you're drawn to.
Well, I am empowered already.
Right?
Thank you so much for joining us today. This was wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
And the 26th Annual Leadership Academy is coming up on Tuesday, September 23rd from 7:30 until 2 p.m. at the Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort. To learn more, you can call 884-7810 or go online to ywcatucson.org.
Still ahead on the Morning Blend, we'll talk about why the cost of climate rules is on the rise.
Plus, they normally reward you for your civic duty, but now they need your help in another way. That's coming up right after this.